and welcome to Speed. And this is the show that will take Singapore property, then explain, explore and deconstruct it for the last time. For this final edition, the Speed team deconstructs the Housing Development Board, or HDB. Did it lose track of its mission? And we explore the future prospects for Pulau Ubin, probably Singapore's last rustic frontier. As ever, though, we start with Property Talk, which has been examining the recession resilience of the luxury property market.
While some struggle to get on the first rung of the property ladder, there are others whose wealth almost defies comprehension. To find out what these people buy and how they go about it, Speed sat down with two men who deal in luxury every day. The Managing Director of Panache Management, and no stranger to the Property Talk studio, the Senior Group Director of Remax. Gentlemen, welcome to Speed. Now, the luxury property market. Alex, you've said that many analysts mistakenly claim these people are speculators. But these people have no real stake in Singapore, so if they're not speculators, then what are they?
These people, they bring their money to Singapore, they buy property here, they pay property tax to Singapore government, they pay their agents, they pay the Singaporeans that maintain their properties, they pay their Singaporean bankers. All these people are part of the economic circle, and the economic wheel is turning. So these people are actually investors.
So buyers, sellers, renters. They all have access to much more information these days if they choose to access it. So how would you describe the Singapore property market? Advanced or advancing with still some way to go?
Well, I would say it's very advanced. The information on transactions is publicly available. The legal system is fair and square.
I agree, but at the same time, if you look at the buying and selling process of the ultra-luxury segment in Singapore, it hardly differentiates from the mass market, the way it is bought and sold here.
Now, you guys deal with luxury all the time. What could the mass market learn from the demands that the ultra-rich make on their realtors?
They only deal with their set consultants. They just don't go out and, like mass market, pick up newspaper and do that. They don't do that. And everything they consider, socio-economic analysis, is all part of the whole platform that you need to provide them so that they can make an informed decision. And you are liable at every point.
Wealthy Chinese investors, we've all heard about them. There's a world of emerging markets out there. Where else are these buyers coming from? Surprise us.
There's a lot of Russians that coming in now. We see people that coming from European Union and buying properties here, such as, surprisingly, the Greeks that want to diversify their portfolios. And then you have always the NRIs, the Indians, the Vietnamese, and even recently we hear of people from Thailand buying more here because they were very unpleasantly surprised with their devastating floods, and they feel they should diversify and have a second home base somewhere around in a safer place.
There is a lot of wealth from India that always used to go to US and UK for investments. So ultra-luxury, they only used to go there. So I see a lot of wealth coming from Indian market, and especially now the Indian market the Reserve Bank has more relaxed now to take out the money from India, which was never there before.
Well, whether mass market or indeed luxury, property is a major investment. So apart from simply advertising, what else can be done to generate market-wide interest for the ultra-luxury property market, full of people which are probably very hard to please?
Well, one of the best ways is to bring world-class architects, interior designers, luxury interior design, branded properties and branded furniture, which enhances a lot the value for the buyers. Additionally, one of the major ways to do it is to participate in Southeast Asia Property Awards. It's kind of the Oscars of luxury property, where you actually have kind of ratings where you can refer to when you're interested in buying one or another property.
The future of the Singapore market. Recent signs have made investors think that it is becoming over-regulated. But will that regulation need to be maintained for local socio-political reasons, or can the market continue to develop and indeed mature?
At this point, we have got a blanket regulation over mass market and ultra-luxury market. Mass market, you need it, because that's where a lot of the local Singaporeans, they buy, right? So you need a regulation that. You don't need a lot of foreigners coming in and buying and selling it easily. But on the ultra-luxury segment, when you impose 13% stamp duty, it gives a very bad signal to the investors that this market is becoming too regulated. Maybe their business operations will also be impacted tomorrow.
If the market will be overregulated, it will lose its luster for international as well as local investors. If we look at the market in general, 85% of the market is actually government subsidized properties. And so we are talking about just the 15% of the so-called private market. Within this private market, probably just about 3% are real luxury, and probably just 0.5% are ultra luxury. So why do we need to regulate this market?
Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming in to talk to us. Cheers.
Thanks, Steve, for your time.
Thank you very much for having us here at SAFE.
Okay, from luxury market to mass market and the Housing Development Board. Even with so many HDB apartment options available, Singaporeans still seem unhappy. Find out why in a couple of minutes.